Hey everybody, Marty Henderson here with the Diamond H for Anderson Tractor Sales in Carthage, Texas. Today's video is on regeneration cycle, or most commonly called REGEN. A lot of people get confused on how that procedure goes. It's really a very simple procedure to process the REGEN. However, each step beforehand needs to be undertaken for it to work properly. If not all of those steps are taken, you're going to run into some issues of it not completing or not starting the REGEN cycle. So I'm going to explain that today, and I have a couple of diagrams I want to show you to make that you can stop and look at or take a screenshot or whatever you need to do to fully understand how a REGEN cycle works on a TYM tractor of any model. Today's procedures are mainly covering the CUJ/TYM engines now. They have been renamed to TYM engines, previously manufactured by CUJ. The Yanmars and the Duets. Most of the confusion comes from the legacy CUJ, now TYM engines, and I hope I can simplify that a little bit today. So let's get started. Okay, so whether you even have a open station tractor or a cab tractor, there's going to be a label on a ROPS or open station. There's going to be a label on top of the dash, generally on the left hand side, that will show you the REGEN procedures. It's very plain, but it does leave out a couple of things, in my opinion. On a cab tractor, it will be on the window to the left of the dash somewhere. When you first initially crank your tractor, when you turn your key to on position, this REGEN button in the center on a T474 is going to blink a couple of times and then will go off. That's a pre-check, pre-test every time you cycle the key to the on position. Okay, the first thing you want to do is find a very flat or level, hard surface to park your tractor on. You do not want to park your tractor next to anything flammable, like loose hay or anything like that. You need to be out in the wide open where you can do a REGEN process safely. Because during some of the REGEN cycles, the exhaust system can get red hot. And regardless, that engine and exhaust system is going to put out a tremendous amount of heat. That's the whole purpose, is to heat up that system so it burns the soot off in the DPF. And it takes excessive amounts of heat to do that. So the first thing, I'm going to go quickly through the process of starting the REGEN process, but mainly you need to have a working parking brake switch. And what I mean by that is when you press the parking brake or the brake pedal, the brake lights on the tractor come on. That assures you that the parking brake switch is working and the system knows that the parking brake is on. If the system does not know that that parking brake is set correctly, it will not start the REGEN process, period. So first thing to do is set the parking brake fully, not partially, not just lightly, but fully. Take your PTO out of engagement. If you do not have a PTO engagement gear lever, make sure that your PTO is not engaged by the other means. If you have a hydrostatic transmission, make sure your gear range is in neutral. Make sure your pedals are in the neutral position. If you have a shuttle shift, make sure your gear range is in neutral. Make sure your forward gears are in neutral. You can then crank your tractor if it's not already started. You cannot begin the regen process until that engine is completely to operational temperature. For TYM T474, that's anywhere from 172 degrees to 174 degrees. Different tractors will have different operational normal temperatures, okay? I'm not going to sit here and tell you exactly what the temperature is supposed to be. Just make sure your tractor is warmed up fully and not halfway warmed up. The regen process will not start until it senses that that coolant temperature and that engine temperature is up to temperature. It will not start. All right, once you get your engine up to operational temperature, the next thing you're going to do is max the throttle out. Just pull your lever all the way to max position. On a T474, that's going to be around 2,900 to 3,000 RPM. It depends on exactly which tractor you have, if it's different. Regardless, put the throttle on as far as it'll go, wide open. Once you have your throttle wide open, your parking brake is set, your PTO is disengaged, your gears or hydrostatic is all in neutral, you can then hold in on the regen button, and the location is tractor model specific. It could either be on the fender well, like a T4058 is, or it could be on the left hand side of the dash, or it could be on the right hand side of the dash. It's model specific. Your owner's manual will tell you exactly where that button is. So once the max throttle is up, everything is set like it's supposed to be. You can then hold in the regen button for about 3 to 10 seconds, and that button should start blinking. Once that button starts blinking, you will have your symbols on either your LCD display on the dashboard, or you will have indicator lights in the instrument panel, depending on which model tractor you have. But the symbols will be on solid, or the lights will be on solid, and the regeneration button will be blinking. And once all that comes together, it will take approximately 30 minutes for that regen process cycle to finish. Sometimes it finishes in 20, sometimes it may take 40. But generally speaking, it takes about 30 minutes for a regen process. You also need, I forgot to mention this, but you need to make sure you have plenty of fuel in the tractor before you ever start this. You don't want to start this regen process on a quarter of a tank of fuel and then it run out of fuel in the middle of the regen. That would be terrible. All the way around terrible. But make sure you have plenty of fuel. Once the regen process finishes, the lights or indicators, either the lights or the LCD display, the exhaust gas temperature symbol and the regen or DPF symbol will disappear. Once that disappears, you know the regen process is completed and you can lower your throttle back to idle. I would let it sit there and idle for at least a minute or two before either shutting it off or going to park it, or you can just drive it in and go back to work or whatever you need to do after the process is over with. Now, this process I just explained is for the legacy Coupe J, now TYM engines. If you have a Yanmar engine, the process is a little different, and you need to pay attention to your owner's manual or look up your owner's manual on the TYM website, because a Yanmar regen starts at idle, and the computer on that Yanmar engine will take control and raise the RPM itself, and it will lower it back down itself when the regen process is finished. Okay, most of the tractors with a Deutz engine are constantly monitoring the engine and does it on its own. You never know what's going on. It's virtually invisible. But for a legacy Coupe J / TYM engine, the process I just explained is how you perform that. and the Yanmars have a little bit different situation going on. And let's go inside so I can get to the details and show you the symbols and some more things like that on the screen. This is your DPF warning indicator symbol. This is pretty much universal across the entire world on all tractor manufacturers. This is your EGT, or exhaust gas temperature indicator symbol. This can mean two things. It can mean the temperature is too low or it's too high. This is a DPF regeneration procedure. It's pretty generic. In my opinion, it left out a couple of things like taking the PTO, making sure the PTO is disengaged and your gear levers put in neutral. When your tractor is calling for a regeneration process cycle, your DPF indicator will be on the dash, solid. You will hear a beeping or buzzing 1 second apart 3 times. Every 60 seconds it will beep 3 times again until you start the process. Once you start the process, which we'll get in detail next, the exhaust gas temperature light comes on solid, the DPF symbol comes on solid, and your regen button will be blinking. When the regen process has completed, all the indicator lamps and lights will go off and it will beep 3 times. Some of the warning indicators, if something didn't go correctly, or the DPF and the EGT symbol will start blinking, both of them together. Also for the release mode or a force release, which also adds a blinking regen button. If you have a sensor fault for either the tachometer or RPM or the coolant temperature, you will get a MIL or a malfunction indicator lamp for those. If the exhaust valve fails to close or open correctly, you will get a MIL and EGT symbol. Both of those will be blinking on the dash instrument panel. Or the DPF failed completely or has been damaged or it's been removed, you will get a MIL and a DPF symbol solid on. This is just another example of the DPF regeneration process on a different model. This one happens to be a T4058, and it's just a little bit different looking, same procedure. And another look at the same sequence of events for a DPF regeneration cycle process. This is for a T4058. And this is the error codes or messages. This one is for a T4058. Same errors, same symbols, different manual. On a TYM T4058P or PC, your regen button will be to the right of the operator's seat and on top of the fender well, right there. This will blink or come on. It will blink once you get the regen process started. It will blink on and off, on and off. I hope this video was helpful for someone to maybe understand a little bit better about the entire regeneration cycle process. I'm not the world's best at explaining things, but I try my best to make it plain where even I understand it. Anderson Tractor Sales has been in business since 1971. They are in Carthage, Texas, and give them a call today, 903-693-6628. They have everything you need. They have the world's best customer service that I have personally experienced. So give them a call today and you won't be disappointed.